guy.
We should be alive. Hopefully.
Hello.
We'll see how well it stays.
Hello.
Sorry
We
about
are
that,
back.
everybody.
Hi.
Yeah,
My
hello.
OBS just shit a brick. Sorry about that.
We return.
Indeed.
Excellent.
Okay.
Indeed.
So it is now currently Temp's turn.
Okay, cool. I am going to. Okay, I have a couple of options here.
Mhm.
I am going to drop concentration on Sickening Radiance because I realized that my plan, like, the risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math? I'm really bad at that. So I'm gonna
Yes.
drop that. It has fucked over my companions more than it has fucked over the Confessor, and honestly was not really worth it. So, yeah, I might need to rethink that one. I have to save my bestie, but also... Okay, I am going to move slightly... Okay, sorry, actually, VJ, would your character be at all interested in the haste spell?
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Right?
Fuck my
Okay.
shit up!
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am
Yes.
going to move within within a good range, and I will spend one sorcery point to cast haste without verbal or somatic components.
Nice.
Because I don't need to speak. Who needs that shit? So, yeah, and I will cast haste
Mm-hmm.
on Mukthir and make them extremely speedy. So yeah, your target your speed is doubled, you gain a +2 bonus to AC, you have advantage on dex saves, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns. Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you take the damage from the last psychic attack there? What are you at, VJ?
Me? Or
VJ.
oh, no them. Okay.
I'm at 103 hit points, and yes, let me put it in my guy.
I got it.
I've been tracking it.
I got it. Cool.
Okay, so hang on. And Foot Cloud isn't around, so like I will. Yeah, okay. And I'm very conscious that my bestie is like bleeding out on the floor, but I'm hoping that before anything happens, my buddy, my other buddy, Mukthir, will finish the Confessor. I'm gambling with my bestie's life here. Go on, Mukthir, do it.
We can hope. We can hope.
Yeah, and my turn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess it's Morgthir's turn. What's
Yes, let's
Morgthir
do
gonna
that.
do?
Okay, he's
Come on,
got 3
Morgthir.
attacks. He's got 3 attacks.
Yeah.
So
Subtract 5 from all 3.
before you need to decide if you're telling a secret or not, because you're in the confessional box.
I'm not telling shit.
Wisdom saving throw.
Go
It
off.
is still silent, but yes.
I, VJ, the human guy, know the save, and I know what I have to roll to get it. That'll do it. That's a 21.
Yeah.
You will. Okay, and then we will roll this. Ooh, that's not very good. So I guess after all the reductions, because you only take half, it's going to be 16 psychic damage as the confessional box dissipates. You are no longer restrained.
Nice.
All right, and just to put that in there real quick.
Buff
I'm
orc
out
rights.
of- Yeah, buff orc rights. I am out of triple hit points. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say
Do it.
-5.
Kick
And
her
you get many,
ass.
many attacks, so...
It's fine. It's fine. As long... Yeah, I can do this. Okay, that first one... Actually, I'm just going to roll them all and then do my... Okay, one of these is going to miss. The first attack is 22. The second attack is a 20. And the third attack is a 14.
Yeah, the first and second will hit.
Gonna miss. 20. 36 points of damage off the bat.
Nice. She's looking good.
Hey, great DM is actually no, never mind. Never mind. Okay. Didn't crit on anything. And okay. I can re-roll one of these with the bib.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I got a 12 and a 3.
Okay.
And that is now a 10 and a 12. Okay, so
Okay.
10, 20, 36, 46, 68 points
Okay.
of damage. Anything else?
Okay.
No, that is 68 points of damage. And I
Uh-huh.
think he's going to I think he's gonna try to do something to keep to keep her focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna say, "You want a secret?"
Bloodied and battered. The confessor still does not hear what you say because
Oh wait, that's right. It's
everything is silent.
motherfucker. It's silence. That's okay. Yep. That's his turn. He's hoping she fucks him up.
Oh, gross. I'm so sick. Okay.
Ooh.
Music.
All right. So, the confessor will say the words, "Sit still," and all around you. Oh, wrong radius. The torturous implement tools will appear and begin to hover in a 30-foot radius around the confessor. Oh, look, our lead designer is here. Hello, Nat. Welcome. Yeah, they're getting confessed on. So we have one character in a lamp who's hiding.
A ring. A ring.
A ring.
And then
Theodore
we have
says
another
in character.
And then we had another character who grabbed that ring and is just like running away with it. Yeah. And then VJ picked the most busted combination of barbarian possible. But you know, it is what it is, you know? So it's fine. But anyway. So believe that's the lair action. We're good with that. It is now Fatima's turn. What is Fatima doing?
Amazing. Sexy. So sexy.
Uh-huh.
The Echo Knight flexes, and Fatima flexes, and then as she does so, we switch places. Fatima
Uh-huh.
is on the stairs. The Echo is where she used to be, with the two flaming blades. Sprints towards the confessor, and once again is going to strike towards her. Now, this means that the Echo is no longer going to be 30 feet from me, so at the end of my turn, it will be destroyed. But it gets to make the attacks while it's that far away for right now.
Sure.
So sprints up to the confessor and then is going to make...
As soon as you begin to move through the radius, you will take that slashing damage, and your echo vanishes.
What? So this is when you move within the radius.
Yep. Anytime you move within the radius, the torturous tools will hit you.
Is that something that Fatima might recognize, like as she runs out of the blade, as she teleports out of the blades?
Yeah, you would recognize it because you've seen it happen before. So as soon as you move through the torturous tools that are floating around, it will cut. There's no way to avoid them because they
No
are
way to
literally
avoid
they are everywhere.
the damage. Okay, in that
Unless you
case,
like Misty Step or something through them or something like that, where you're not physically moving.
I think I can Misty Step. Let me look. I am a Furbolg, which means that under my features and traits, once per long, as a bonus action. No, that
No
is
backseat GMing Nat from the chat. Also, but Nat is right. It's just the first time on your turn, so you only take it once if you move. So if you break up your movement, you only take it once.
Gotcha. If I take the damage, the Echo still also takes it because it has a separate AC and separate hit points for me. So I don't think Hidden Step is invisible. It's not. I don't think I can Misty Step. All right, in that case, still gonna do the teleport because she wanted to get away, regardless of the distance, which means that the Echo has to kind of stay where it is, so the teleport's gonna be fine. So using an action, instead is going to... Can we talk now? Can we...
Yes, you may.
Things out. All right. Is going to... Guiding Bolt. Guiding
Okay.
Bolt, Professor.
Good.
All right. And once again, that will cast from the Echo space, but the Echo isn't going to move with a Guiding Bolt. That is... a 14.
That's unfortunately not going to hit as the guiding bolt sails past the Confessor, and you completely irradiate a couple of zombies behind her in the pews.
Damn. All right. Well, to each their own. And then with Fatima's movement, she is going to descend down the stairs with Theodore in her pocket. I think shouting out with the, like, you know, pew pew from the flaming gauntlets, she'll say, I'm going to go atone downstairs. Thank you very much. You're all welcome to join me. And then disappears.
All right. And in this case, it is now the Confessor's turn. The Confessor is going to turn towards Roos.
Oh, no, bestie, wait. What is she doing?
Yeah, and my echo disappears anyway because I'm far away from it.
Okay. Yeah. She's going to turn towards Roos, and she is going to say, confess. As the confessional box springs up around him, and she says to him, all you have to do is tell me. Things would be much easier if you simply worked with us and paid your debts. Now the Confessor will turn her attention towards Morkthir, who's not here currently, AFK. Therefore, everything's a critical hit. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Wait, sorry, so did anything actually happen? Like, so mechanically, did anything actually occur to Roos?
Yes, he's now in the confessional box.
Okay, well, yeah, that's not a thing I could have done anything about.
Right.
Okay. It's
Now
fine. I'm
that-
just constantly here sitting on my reaction like I hope to try and save
Now that
people, and
VJ
it is thus far been.
is back, however, the Confessor reached out with a 28 to hit on the inflict wounds. You may do something about that if you wish. Or try to.
Amazing.
Yeah. Who, me?
Yeah, you're the one holding a reaction, right? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not actually doing anything. Like, I mean, you know what? Like, was it a crit?
No.
Okay. In that case, no, I'm not going to do anything about it. I think, Mokthir is fine. Also, like, you're zooming. It's cool.
21 psychic damage, not reduced, so 10 for you. And then she will, and 28 again to hit this time, with her second hand. 15 not reduced, so only 7. A total of like 17 psychic damage for you, Morkthir. And that is the Confessor's turn. Teddy, let's get an update.
Yeah, I mean, well, now Teddy can hear things, so that's a fun new thing that's happened. It was only really bad there for a second, for like 6 seconds. And he hears Fatima say, I'm going downstairs, and like he can hear that she's really close, so he's like, oh, she should probably pick me up again. And he's hanging out.
Damn.
You're just staying in the ring.
Just fucking
Fuck
over
yeah,
it.
I'm staying in the ring. If I stay in here for long enough, I
Fucking
get
over
healing.
it.
I'm not fucking leaving.
can also-
Fuck this.
I can't cure wounds, you bitch, unless you're here.
And why would I want to leave? It's been
I
like...
got heal.
I heard, hey, in the span of 6 seconds, I'm hearing you say I'm going downstairs. Now is not the time to leave the safe space, okay? I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Very valid.
The Confessor will reach out, legendary action, and touch Morkthir once again with a 30 to hit, and that'll be 31 unreduced psychic damage. Not psychic, necrotic damage, as she casts Inflict Wounds at will again and begins to wither more and atrophy more of your body before her.
Nasty.
And that'll be 15 reduced. That's her legendary action. What's the Mephit doing?
Oh my god, that Mephit?
Mm-hmm.
that method is carrying. He still smells like bubblegum. And
Cute.
my god, let me see if he steam method. I don't think he is going to regain. I have to see if he regains his steam breath. He recharges on a 6. I'm rolling a d6.
Okay.
4. He doesn't. So
Mhm.
the method can cast blur, which is really funny.
I like how giddy you are about this method.
I've decided he's purple and he's Fatima's best friend.
Okay.
And
I feel bad for being about to kill this person. Okay.
he is going to throw himself onto the confessor's face, clawing and
Oh.
scratching.
This might actually down the confessor. Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Oh, I sure hope so. Let's see.
That would be kind of funny.
Okay.
14's not gonna hit.
Oh, I did crit.
Okay.
Oh my god! Wow.
Oh, you rolled physical dice. Okay, sorry.
I rolled physical dice. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So that
Interesting.
is
This is the funniest way
4.
for... Uh-huh.
Plus
4.
4. Holy shit! That is
8
points of slashing damage plus
Damn. Okay.
plus 4 points of fire damage for.
So-
She's resistant
Okay,
to
so
10 damage.
So 10 damage total.
Yeah.
The confessor is at 5 HP.
Oh my god!
Amazing.
My stupid little guy.
And-
It just like these tiny little steaming claws, scratching at her face.
All right, and just then Roos is going to get his turn and is going to begin to confess in order to save his own life in an attempt. Whatever he begins to say is caught, and rolling out of his mouth is a piece of parchment with some writing on it, and the confessor will reach out and pluck that piece of parchment and tuck it away. And she will release Roos, who collapses onto the ground in a heap, a bloody mess, not much left to him. Tem, currently your turn.
Okay,
What are you
incredible. I'm gonna try and kill the confessor. I am going to cast good old magic missile at fourth level.
Okay.
Using my my last remaining sorcery point to do that. Wait, hang on, wait. I don't need to do that because we can talk now, right?
You may.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, cool. I'm gonna do that. So I have. Okay, how does magic missile work? Do I need to roll for every dart?
Just once, and then we'll just multiply.
Magic missile.
Okay, so then
Doesn't that hit automatically?
Yes.
it does. Yes, that's why I'm trying to use it to kill the confessor.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, so-
if I cast that at 4th level, so it's like 4 darts plus,
3.
yeah.
So 7.
So
total.
7. So I rolled a 4 for force damage. So 7 times 4 is 28.
Okay.
Wait a second. Hang on. Did I do that correctly? Sorry, no. It's supposed to be 7 times 4. Yeah, 7 times 4 is 28. Wow. What the hell? Did she die?
Multiplication tables. So yes, the magic missiles strike the confessor, and she begins to sink to her knees before you see, as the mother's embrace activates and the flame within her chest plumes out and consumes her for a moment before she reappears in front of you, revitalized
Oops.
with 300 hit points.
Okay, well, you know what? I was gonna be like, well, confess that you're a scrub or something, but no, like she's whoopsie.
We have entered the mythic.
The mythic phase.
the mystic
Okay.
Boss
phase of the
phases,
confessor.
beautiful.
Okay.
I hate it so much.
I love that. Okay, well that was my action. So if I move, so I'm already in the bubble of torture
You are.
influence, right? Okay.
You are.
In that case, I am going to do absolutely nothing. So, and the confessor didn't move anywhere, she's just where she was.
Not. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I can do nothing else. I hope I live another round, because I have more plans that are probably better, but we'll see, I might die. I had my turn, good night.
Mythic action. The confessor summons a deluge of secrets. As you see, emerging from her belt is a string of parchment that all begin to chitter and whisper as these words begin to fill your ears, those of you still within the floor. And a cone of 60 feet emerges. I'll have to move this radius. A cone of 60 feet emerges, and Yep, we're gonna say it hits you. That is the harm spell with a cone of 60 feet.
Can I try to counterspell it?
You can try.
I'm going to try. I'm gonna have to roll for that. So
As you begin to cast counterspell, she will use her reaction to abjure your counterspell. And it is
Okay.
cut. And I need for all of you to make con saves.
Okay.
And that would be
Please,
Sebastian
please,
and
please,
VJ.
please.
Does Roos
Okay,
also
I'm gonna
get
try
fucked?
this.
And the Mephit.
Oh my god, my Mephit, no!
20.
Okay, I rolled a 10, and I don't think I have it. Do I have any more Chronal Shift? I do not remember. I
Okay.
don't think I do.
What kind of save is it? A con save?
It's a con save. Oh, that was a lot of ones. Wow. That was
Wait,
really
do I
good for y'all.
have-
It got a 12.
Yeah, I did so badly. I rolled a 10. It's
20.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. 20. You made it. Okay, so unfortunately, Tem, you're
I'm
reduced
dead.
to 1. No, you're not. You're reduced
Really?
to 1 hit point because the harm spell does not reduce you beneath 1 hit point. However,
what?
your hit point maximum
Okay.
is reduced by 36.
Okay. Well, you know what? Like statistically, that is a higher percentage of HP. I'm okay.
Yeah, that's a
My
very positive spin on that.
my C Mephit got a 12.
It's destroyed utterly.
What? It gets to burst. It pops like a
Oh
bubble.
wait, I'm sorry. It doesn't. It's at 1 hit point. My bad. My bad.
Aw.
I got excited.
Okay, question. Sorry. Did the Mephit ever have a name?
Its name is Droplet.
Okay, Droplet. Love that. It's cute.
VJ, your character takes 18 because you passed. Let me double check that real quick. Yep, half as much. So 18 before reduction. So 9. Yeah, 9
shit.
damage for you, VJ.
Oh dear.
Does not
Okay.
reduce your maximum. Okay. And now it is Morkthir's turn.
Okay. My boy is not stupid. He is not a dumb boy.
I am.
But does he run?
Current and maximum are now 1. He's at 100%. The method.
Yes,
He's
he's 100%
doing
HP.
great.
He's great. He's thriving.
All right.
There's not a single difference between how he looked before and how he looks now. He's the same guy.
What is Morkthir doing? I'm excited about this.
Oh my god.
Wait a second. Do I need to make a concentration save for haste?
Oh, yeah,
shit.
you would, yeah.
Am I fucked by this because that was an absolute pile
I'm
of damage?
gonna be fucked by
Oh,
this.
That
Okay, so-
was...
Hang on. Although, hang on. Technically, if it doesn't reduce me below if it doesn't reduce me below 1, then I took 22 points of damage because that was how much damage,
Yep.
how many HP I had. So
You're right,
technically,
11.
maybe I might be able to live. Maybe
11 con
11.
save, yeah. Or,
14.
yeah, con save.
Yay!
You got it.
14.
Thank God.
Come on, fuck him up, please.
Yes.
Okay. First off,
Okay.
Mhm.
haste.
Oh, he has to take 2 damage before the auto death.
You know what? No, he's not stupid. I refuse. I'm sorry. He's not stupid. Let's see. Your movements, my movement speed is doubled, so I have 80 feet. My main action, I'm gonna disengage,
Nice.
and then for
Maybe you
my movement,
Maybe you shouldn't disengage because Roos is gonna be leaving. Maybe Roos is gonna be leaving too. So like maybe you should take the hit instead of him. You know, maybe.
But the confessor stopped wanting to hit him, as far as, right? Like, let him.
She has not taken any aggressive action towards Ruth since he confessed.
actually, hold on a second.
Does
hold
she
on a
still
second.
have the little secret in her belt? Or did it like
She
get
does,
consumed
it seems like.
with the? Okay.
Well, I mean, just between you and me.
He's gonna confess something. He thinks about it.
Mean.
He looks around. Wait, is confessing an action?
I'll allow it for free here.
Okay, then actually he's gonna take his 3 attacks and then he's gonna confess.
Okay.
You know what?
Are you trying to min-max this narrative storyline? Like,
He has his pride. I think
Mhm.
He has his pride.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
He's a
beat the
prideful
shit out of
wrestler
you,
guy.
but then I'm gonna tell you a secret, and I'll be fine.
Yeah. Let me just punch,
Yeah.
punch, punch. And then the
Yeah.
secret is I
This
had
is a
fun.
really abusive relationship. I gotta say.
Yeah. Let me put those CW content
Like,
warnings in the chat.
can't you
Okay.
just like hug instead? You know, like
No. Okay, listen. 19, so 29,
Uh,
22, and a 20.
Yep, that'll all hit.
Fuck yeah.
Two,
Fuck it up.
Uh-huh. I like how we put the content warning in there.
Yep.
6, 8, 16, 24.
Tracks, that tracks.
24. I'm going to re-roll one of these. That's better. For 34, 40, 48, 56, 63 points of damage. And
Yeah.
as he takes these 3 swings and just realizing how little damage that is to her actual form, he's just he is because he's super tall. He's 7'9". Kidding, he's 7'3". He's 7'3".
Taller than the cat.
And it's like looking down, and then instead just kind of drops to his knees and looking up, and is going to confess.
As he begins to speak the words of that secret, your throat is caught, and the parchment rolls out of your mouth. She plucks it from you and says, "Thank you, my child." And she will tuck it away. Would you like to do anything else?
Nope, that's his turn. He's just kind of sitting there, gazed up like this on his knees, just looking so fucking furious about admitting defeat here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Lair action. The confessor will move the torture implements back to their place along the walls. And she looks like she is about to leave as she turns. It looks like all of you and that are still on this level are at a point where any sort of aggressive action from the confessor would end you. And she has chosen to spare you in this case. She begins to spread her
Nicely.
wings and take off. Would you like to do something, Tem?
Yeah, can I like yell after her and be like, "Wait, don't go. I have a proposition."
A proposition.
Yeah.
Detail.
If you give me the secret that Roos confessed, I will confess something to you in exchange.
And is what you have more valuable than the secret that I can gain from House Callum that I have taken from him?
Absolutely. Also, like, I still can't lie, so, because of the whole lying thing, so I'm just like, yes, absolutely, without a doubt. I genuinely believe that she can gain some things.
Let me check what your secret is real quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Message me if you have questions about my play here, but,
I know what it is. Okay, yep.
Yes.
So, all right. So, the confessor is going to choose to believe you and
Okay.
is going to gesture to you because she
Me
can
with
see
my-
that you were affected by her
Yeah.
relinquishing assault from earlier.
Yeah,
And
I'm at 1 hit point, like... Also, can I just... Okay, yeah, so also, when the Sickening Radiance spell disappeared, she, lost the exhaustion, so she's no longer a sleepy bitch.
fantastic.
Okay.
As you begin to speak the words, the
Wait,
parchment
can I get
Yes.
parchment off of her also? Like, yeah.
She's gonna offer it, but she's not. She's waiting for you.
Okay, I will reach my hand out,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do the whole parchment thingy, but also secret is spicy, so can I say what it is or no?
The way that this works is that as you speak the words, in order to keep them a secret, we trap them
Okay,
within the
Yeah.
parchment.
okay. I tell her my very spicy secret and all of the information that comes with it.
It rolls out of your mouth. And
Mhm.
as the secret rolls out of your mouth, just as the rest of you, when you've spoken a secret, your memory is temporarily wiped by the gaze of the confessor, and she will hand you Roos's secret in exchange before nodding to you.
Great.
And she will flex her wings and then take off, flying towards the exit that she had entered from. And as she reaches forward, she will pull open the door, and you see behind the doorway what once was the stones of the tower become a portal, and you see beyond it the pristine, very extravagant office that she steps through. And after she steps through, once again, it is stone. And the confessor has left the tower, leaving the rest of you with Roos to navigate your way through the rest of the tower
Okay.
on your own.
Okay. I hope he didn't hear any of that. Did Roos hear that exchange between myself and the confessor or no? Wait.
No, he's pretty fucked up. Like, he's like on the ground. He's got one hit point, just like the rest of you, and
Okay.
he's just like
Okay, great. Well, in that case, okay, I have 2 spell slots left. I'm just gonna be like, oh, bestie, you look injured, and I'll cast Cure Wounds on him at first level because it's the only spell I have. Like, yeah, I'll give him 12 heals. Like, and hopefully he still thinks I'm his bestie.
I'm talking to the ring. I'm like, damn, Theodore. The confessor didn't touch me once. It was literally the only thing that hurt me was Tem.
I'm sorry.
I think we have a great relationship in the future. Like, I think she's into me.
Damn. And I think this is a great place for us to wrap for tonight.
Okay, but like, I want to know what everyone's secrets were. I'm dying, frankly. Come on.
Can I get my fidget spinner back, though?
We can do a secret share if you would all like.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
our audience deserves it as big reward.
These secret mechanics, we are developing these for Vineyard RPG to have some sort of effect on your narrative story, and mechanically they will have an effect as well. They interact with the clerics of the Wandering Mother, the Whisperborn, such as the Confessor, in different ways, and they can be used as currency to trade and also blackmail and things like that. So there's a few different things you can do with them, in addition to being able to create Whisperborn with them. If a Whisperborn secret is ever spoken, then their life unravels and their flame is snuffed out. And that is how Whisperborn mechanically work. In order to revive a Whisperborn, you have to revive them with a spell component of another secret that has been captured in order to restore their flame. So that is our playable lineage option for Vineyard RPG. But yeah. So if we can just go through the list of players real quick. So we'll start with Fatima. What was your character's secret?
Yes. So my character's secret is that she used to be in love with the head of a smaller thieves guild that I think some time ago was kind of absorbed by the Vineyard, and she once was in service to this thieves guild, in debt to them as well, and then sold out the head of the thieves guild, who's this tabaxi by the name of Iris, to the Vineyard in exchange for her debt transferring to the Vineyard. And so it isn't closely connected, but the person that she was in love with, who trusted her with a bunch of secrets but did not love her back, she sold them out. So this guild was eventually absorbed.
That's so
Nice.
dramatic.
Yeah. All right,
Gay
nice.
drama.
Mork there. It is now your turn to share if you would like.
Yeah, I had a secret of wrath, and one of the mercenaries from the company fulfilled a contract of intimidation on a family member, and the next week I murdered them in cold blood.
God damn!
Oh shit!
Holy shit! What?
Some of
That's
these
my
secrets are
boy.
pretty fucked up.
Honestly, yeah, like I like how hard it goes into the theme. Like it's
Yeah.
just straight up wrath. Love that.
Tem, it is now your turn to share.
Okay, so my bestie Roos. It's true, we do go way back. However, I can't stand the guy. He honestly, he can't
Oh,
make
really?
decent conversation. I can't stand him, and I've been spying on his ass the whole time. And I wanted to trade with the Confessor because I wanted his secret, so then I get something out of him coming to the tower, and now I'm on even ground with her because we both know the same amount of things about this man. So, my secret, treachery. So,
Very tasty.
yeah, very tasty. We're not besties though. I hate the guy. I really hope that like giving this secret back to like my spy guild will like relieve me of having to spend any more time around him. I hope that this is enough information. Like really, he doesn't have a very interesting life.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. Then last but not least, the mysterious old person in the ring. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, Teddy.
My secret, Teddy's secret, is counterfeit diamonds sometimes make their way into my hands, and I pawn them off as legitimate, depriving people of an opportunity to resurrect their loved ones.
Holy
Oh.
fuck.
Damn.
You must be rolling in it.
You're dastardly.
All those little bugbear kids.
Yeah.
All those little bugbear children.
That's a lot of bugbear to
Dang.
put through Bugbear College.
Okay, wait. Super important question. What was Roos's secret?
Roos's secret, basically, I'm gonna have to go and double check, but I am pretty sure it's in the background that I wrote this adventure. Okay, here we go. He sold a legitimate diamond for 5 times the market rate to maximize profits at the expense of a grieving buyer. This was done without the knowledge of his family or approval from the Vineyard, who will undoubtedly want a cut of the profits. Yep.
Oh, nice. Maybe my
Very
spy
useful.
guild will let me leave then. That's actually pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much to everyone who watched us, who hung out with us, who I guess supported us in one way or another. This has been super fun. I don't know if we're gonna stick around. I don't know. I'll have to talk to my producer, but we can take like a 5 minute and go off air real quick if we are gonna hang out. We'll let you know in the chat. No promises, but and we can take. I guess I can take like Q&A or whatever we want to do in order to burn time. But we do have some performers who want to go to bed, especially those on the East Coast. So say goodbye to some of us.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. This is Total Party Kiss. This is the Vineyard RPG Kickstarter finale. And just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to take our 5-minute break, and you may or may not see us. So stick around for a little bit.
Yep.
And we'll let you know.
Thank you. Bye.
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 I'm taking us back. Oh, you can hear me. I'm taking us
Yes.
back to a different screen. Here we go. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Hello.
Hello. Okay, yeah, it's just cool. Yeah, that is lo-fi. I like that though. I
It's
mean, it's
just,
just
I hope it's
honestly
not too bad. It's just kind of like,
no,
if anybody else pops in, I want them to be able to see them, and I gotta go, like,
no,
get
it's
some
great.
water. Uh, I'm gonna shuffle off of this digital coil for a very short amount of time, and I'll
Yeah.
be right back. But Friday and Nat are here to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Thank you so much, Sloan,
Yeah.
for setting us up.
All right.
And Nat, bye Sloan. Nat, if you'd like to just introduce yourself to anybody who might be watching and just chilling with us.
Sure. I wandered in off the street. I'm Nat. I'm the lead designer on Vineyard, and I have had one of the best days of my life today. So I am feeling pretty great.
Me too. I guess we better like let people know that we're now just streaming, like just chatting. I'm gonna post on my Twitter just in case. If you have any questions and you're just chilling with us, maybe you're not watching, that's fine. You don't have to watch. It's just our faces and like the Kickstarter. Um, yeah, just go ahead and throw them in the chat. I mean, we're just gonna be talking unless y'all ask us questions. So otherwise, I was thinking about getting a bowl of cereal, when I was downstairs, but I ended up coming back with only water. So I really should have gotten cereal though. But it's too late now.
You want to depart while I just monologue?
No,
Okay.
I'm committed to at this point. I'm committed to this lifestyle. I don't have anything going on tomorrow except for I have voice therapy tomorrow morning, which is nice.
cool.
And I told my voice therapist that I was either going to be like really happy or like really depressed in the morning because we were just ending the campaign and I didn't know how it was going to go. Like,
Well, I think my favorite moment of the day was when we actually hit the funding number and we were in a meeting at the time. It was just like,
oh,
excuse me, pause a second.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just gotten into the chat with Chelsea and I was like, "Oh my God, we just hit the funny one." I just started to fucking cry. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is overwhelming."
I woke up today,
Uh-huh.
honestly, today, not expecting us to get there.
Same,
Maybe I'm a bit of a
same.
pessimist, but like today has been a fantastic surprise. Best kind.
Yeah. Um yeah, it's been fucking good. Like this has been I don't know, like I was really surprised by everybody's um support, I suppose. And when we did I think 3 times as good as our first day. And that's just
I was
unheard
looking at
of.
some of our analytic graphs. It was like our first day, I think, was 6,000, and today
Yeah.
we did. What are the numbers right now for
I
today?
think we're at about 18,000. I'd have to check, but I think we're about 18,000. So 3 times as good as our first day, which is just unheard of, I think, for Kickstarters. Normally it's like you do about the same on the first and the last day.
That's what I keep getting. That's what I've ever. That's my experience. That's what I've
Yeah,
seen. That's what I've been told. Like
yeah.
I was talking with some of my players. I was running an SPG game during the
Yeah.
first chunk of your stream, so that's why I popped in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're just I was talking about it, like, yeah, we got like almost 40% of our goal worth of funding today. And the player's like, oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. When does it end? I was like, today. And he was like, oh, so this was important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, after we logged off, he went back to the Kickstarter. So, thank you, Corey.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely like learned a lot of stuff from this Kickstarter as far as on my end for marketing and like a bunch of other stuff. And I'll be able to like move into the next Kickstarter a lot more experienced and a lot more able to like push us up to a really comfortable level next time, I think. When we first start, the things I tried in the first week just fell flat. They didn't work. And I spent the entire campaign all month pretty much trying to figure out what was going to work. And I guess I eventually did. So,
I mean, we certainly like picked up some speed, picked up some coverage, in some really big ways. Like, there was tons of things that happened. I think one of the most important conversations that ended up happening was talking about compensating the creators on the project fairly.
yeah, surprisingly, I figured I know that matters to the industry. I know that matters to the people who make this stuff, but I was really surprised at people's responses to that, because what I have sort of been conditioned to accept by a lot of the comments from people is that, oh, it's just a hobby. You shouldn't try to make a living doing this. And I think that comes from a place of like great negativity when people say shit like that, because it's like, because they hate their job, they think that everybody else should hate their job. Instead of like, for instance, like let's take artists, for instance, like our artist Yorsi, who just creates these just immaculate, like captivating paintings of these characters. And you can see his process that just goes from like line art to like just mesmerizing paintings. And this
I want
person who's been professional for 12 years, like working on their craft. You don't think someone that's been working on something for 12 years deserves to earn a living wage? That's insane to me.
Yeah, I want to live in a world where if somebody can make something great, or even if somebody can make something decent artistically, where our society can support that. And right
Yeah.
now, this is what that looks like. Ideally, one day, the world might see better merit in those things through other mechanisms, but the vineyard is art imitates life, imitates art, and the vineyard, has thorough and thick inspiration to pull from.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this whole thing has been kind of wild. You know, I think I told you this before, right? Did I tell you how this project started?
I'm sure you have, but I'm wondering which
I was talking,
anecdote this is.
which anecdote? Like I just throw out a bunch of anecdotes.
I collect them. They're my
Yeah.
little treasures.
Treasures of Given by Friday. Um, Secrets of Anecdote. Um, but anyway, so no, I was talking to Jasmine about this, and then I was just like, I was asking her because it's so difficult to like get gigs in the TTRPG industry if you don't have them. So basically, you have to like forge your own path most of the time. And like mostly it's like through DM's Guild and like building up a portfolio and then just getting lucky and like making a connection somewhere and then getting like recommended for something, right? And that was your experience. It's a lot of people's experience, right? Essentially
Oh,
like
I've
making a
never, I've
connection and
never
then.
published something on DM's Guild.
But okay, so the core thing being you make a connection and then eventually
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So most people do that through DM's Guild, right? Or whatever method right through or whatever you're doing. Um, in your case, you were like connected to, I believe, like cosplay and like magic scene and like some other places, right?
Yeah. My biggest networking tip would be help other people with their playtests.
Oh yeah. Because nobody wants to playtest. But yeah, I just recently playtested an adventure by Zipper on Disney, written by Alyssa Vischer. It was pretty good. I liked it, but
I actually need to give some playtest feedback on an adventure. Like, I've had the email open for like 2 days because I need to do it.
oh, one of those. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just been it's been wild, I guess. Like trying to figure out like. I'm so tired, Nat. I'm so fucking tired. I'm just like sitting here like, yeah. I'm so fucking glad this campaign's over. So fucking tired. Oh, 74 minutes left. Oh gosh. We gotta talk for 74 minutes? That's cool with me. That's fine. It's my
There we go.
victory lap.
Also, I bet you can probably troll around and pick up another couple people to pick up the conversation if you want.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. That's fine. I just like I'm just vibing. I'm just fucking vibing at this point. Um I'm chilling. You know, one of the things that I'm gonna do, and I put this in like the tweet as like a comment. I don't think many people read it. It didn't get many likes or whatever. But one of the things that I really want to do if we ever fund it, obviously, is like get paid to do this. But then one of the things that I'm gonna do with the money, the extra money that we overfunded by, is that gives me the opportunity to pay my ex-wife. I'm very
Oh
excited
yeah,
to do
I
that.
actually saw this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm very excited to just give her some money, to be honest. Because like I've been like dwelling on it a lot since So for those of you not in the know or don't know me as well, I spent 13 years in the Marine Corps. My ex-wife has sacrificed a lot, has been like moved around. We had 3 kids together. We're getting separated, but like it's not for vicious reasons. It's just like she's straight and I'm not a man anymore. So it's like one of those things. But anyway, wonderful person. And anyway, she sacrificed so much. And I was just thinking about like the ways in which some of the standards of like the patriarchy really force women to sacrifice their autonomy, their dreams, and everything um, in the name of like keeping the family unit together. And it's like we're at the point where like we're not we're not at a point where we're like paper divorced because like it doesn't make sense for us financially yet.
Sure.
But um, we're moving in that direction, and part of it is just like we're getting her both financially stable and then to a point where she's comfortable and has some money in the bank and then has her business, her career. She's starting a business. She already makes almost as much as me. She's fucking good at business. So that's me. Like she's fucking
Yeah.
yeah, she's great. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like something I didn't really when I was a man, I didn't really think too much about it because it was never me. So having that bit of empathy for that side of the fence was just not there as much. But anyway, all that to say, I'm gonna give a few $1,000s to my ex-wife because I think she deserves it, especially for taking care of the kids while I was working my full-time GMing job in 2022 to earn the money to pay these people for this project. Um,
I think that's
and
kick-ass. I think putting in effort, financial effort included, to help support your family, beyond what you're required to do, is something that is, I'm not going to say it's exceptional. It's not, but it is laudable.
I mean, it just seems like the right thing to do, especially like
I agree.
when it's so easy. Like when I first get the money in a
There's
couple of
just
weeks
a
when it
lot
hits
of
my
people.
account, I can just send it right away and then just not. It's
Yeah.
just I haven't touched it. You know what I mean? It's just like
It's one of those things where there's a lot of people that don't. So,
Yeah,
as
fair
a
enough.
society, I'd like to quietly shame them by holding up the people who do.
Fair enough.
And I think creating an environment where that is celebrated is worthwhile.
Yeah. Also, I think it's just like, man, it fucking sucks. Like being a single mom. So like, and she's done
Single
that role.
parent is just a fucking mess.
Yeah. Well, my girlfriend's a single mom, and then like my ex-wife will soon be like a single mom. Like functionally, she is right now, more or less. Um, but like it's fucking tough, you know. So if I can, in some small way, like provide a little more financial security, I think that's worth it. I think that's sort of an obligation in a lot of ways, especially. I mean, we were married for 15 years, so it's like, why wouldn't I do that for her? You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Massive part of your life.
yeah, definitely. I mean, she's my best friend for so many years, you know? So it's like that'd be fucked up if I didn't, in my opinion. That's the way I look at it anyway. I don't know. Like if I
Yeah.
was just like
It would.
peace, like
Well, it would be, but like, we have a fucking word for that shit. That's how common it is.
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. It's just something I think about. I think about a lot of stuff, but that's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, especially since my girlfriend is a single mom and like her ex, like the person she was with for a really long time. Hi, Eric. Good to hear from you. Thank you for your support. I'm really fucking tired, so we're just chilling. We're chatting. If you have any,
We're having a melty stream.
yeah, if you have any if you have any questions, you can pop them in chat, Eric, or if you want to make comments or anything or talk to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the things I was thinking about because my girlfriend is like was with like a deadbeat basically for the longest time, and like he was not only abusive, but just not very supportive. And that's something I think about because, like, it helps, I think, in a lot of ways to, like, at least for me, not that I say that I want to compare myself to other people too much, but, like, sometimes when I see people doing stuff that's, like, not ideal, I'm just like, not gonna do that. Not gonna not gonna do that. Like, it would be easy to do that. It would be easier, perhaps. But the right thing is just, like, a little bit of effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No, I think it's an uncontroversial opinion to say society functions better when we rise above what is required of us by a mandate.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a wild take.
Yeah. Also, great, Eric. I'm glad that your game went well. I'm glad that you are here with us. I'm just glad to
I
exist. I'm
mean,
glad this fucking campaign's over. I'm glad for a lot of things right now.
I mean, to be honest, I hopped in to watch the television stream after my pro GM game finished and was kind of chatting and stuff. And then legitimately, I thought this was just like a hangout chat afterwards. And it's like, oh, I'm on
Yeah.
stream now? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've still got a
Occasionally.
couple add-ons left. Oh, someone else pledged. Thank you. Whoever just pledged. Appreciate you if you're in the stream. Um, I'm not gonna say their name because that probably wouldn't be cool, but yeah, thanks,
I
person.
wonder. Yeah. I find myself.
Oh,
I just found your thread, your open letter, thank you somewhat
to
to
start playing, yeah.
start playing, and like I don't know that meeting, like we mentioned, start playing at one point or other today. I'm not going to do in details, but it had me wondering if there's more we could do to to ante up on that partnership because SPG is tremendous for my life too. I
Yeah.
don't know, just it's a
I,
feeling, it's a thought.
well, I mean personally, I mean like sometimes me and SPG are not on like and that's my fault a lot of the time because I'm just an emotional person and sometimes I just like do shit. But you know that about me. But like I think for the most part I just do that every chance I get to interact with them or I try to a lot of the time. And I think that's how you make the most difference in people's lives, right? Is like when I interact
Maybe what
with
I'm looking,
like
maybe what I'm looking for is something for me to do personally because like you do a bunch of stuff and I'm a little more passive in their spaces.
oh yeah, thanks Tolera. I'm really glad it got over the line too. Um yeah, we were both I think a lot of the team members were really worried. I mean, after the first 48 hours, after the first day, I was like I checked it after the first day and it was not even like the first day had ended, but like I checked it in the evening after the first day and I just like broke down crying cuz like we were nowhere near where we needed to be to like make it. And I wasn't even talking about like overfunding or like whatever. I was just talking about making it. We only had
No,
like
we had experts in the space being like, it's nearly impossible to do now. Here's what we have to do
yeah,
to do it.
our campaign manager is the director of games for Kickstarter for like a long time and like has seen thousands of Kickstarters. And she told me it's like, "Hey, you ain't gonna make it." Like, and I was like,
Wild.
"Okay." I was like, "Okay." But she was like, "You need to stick with it and like try and build a community along the way and like do your best, but like I don't think you're gonna make it." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
So
but that was
then,
the idea, right? It was like, well,
yeah,
maybe if this one doesn't work, we can build some hype and try it again.
right, yeah, that was the
Of course,
idea. Was
of
like,
course, when you're like 4 days into a Kickstarter, the idea of that like this one failing and then like 4 months later trying again or however many months later, it feels crushing.
yeah, I felt really bad. Yeah, I didn't have my shit together for those first 3 days. I was so devastated that the initial tactics, the initial strategy that I had just really fell flat. And I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know what to fucking do. everything that I tried fucking didn't work. It took me a while to figure out how to like position ourselves in order to get people's attention and like keep their attention and like get them to believe in the project. I definitely learned a lot about like what makes this project special to other people because like I know what makes it special to me. I know what makes it special to the team, but like getting to communicate what makes it special to people is totally different. Yeah. So it was definitely a big learning process. And I think part of my process moving forward then is obviously I need to do more work marketing up front to test things to see what people respond well to for the product itself before I launch the product. And I need to do that like well in advance so that I'm building a marketing campaign that makes sense for the demographics that we're targeting. And
Yeah.
I basically had to accelerate that entire process and do that within the month and then make it work within 2 weeks so that our ads could spin up and then those ads could be effective and draw in the audience that we needed for the end of the campaign. And somehow that shit worked, but I just got lucky really. And then a
Well,
bunch of people
this is
supported us and um but yeah.
this is one of those things that I think a lot of people from a distance, I think like advertising, marketing, it feels like this opaque wizardry. But like really, you know, good marketing, it's something that's iterative, where you pay attention, see what works, and react to it.
Yeah.
And there's some trial and error. You got to shoot some shots on the dartboard to know where you're at.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think people see it much the same way, like, oh, that artist is so talented. I wish I could have done it. It's like that artist has put in thousands of hours of work developing a skill.
They make it look easy.
Yeah, they make it look like it's innate. It is not
Yeah.
innate. Good GMs are the same thing. Good writers are the same thing. Almost every skill that is developed, all of the artistic ones, many of the more analytical ones, just
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. Damn. I need to have you back on Dollars and Dragons, by the way. We should do that again.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that a couple times, but I'd be happy to.
Yeah. I just I got a bunch of people lined up. I don't know. I'm not trying to push it aside, but like I did like a 2 month stint in like January, December, and February where I was like I hit like 40 fucking people and like I just don't want to do that again. So like I just do like 4 or 5 a month now. Now that I'm ahead, I just have to do my 4 or 5 a month and like
Well,
I don't
also
really
like
like to do more than
it's
that.
something you enjoy, so you don't want to do more than you don't want to do enough. You want to avoid having so many of them that you stop looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I really look forward to it
dreading
every
it.
week.
Yeah, like dreading stuff is my number one. Like, if I have like my SPG games and I'm like thinking ahead to it, and I'm like, I just gonna have to drag my bones to do this. Like, okay, that's my first warning sign. Burnout's approaching. How can I ease it? It doesn't mean necessarily doing less work. Usually that's
Yeah.
not it, but you can be more mindful of your needs.
Yeah, for sure. Um, oh, thank you to that person that just pledged. Do we have to person just pledged? I think so. Thank you. If you're here, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Um, that money's gonna go directly to pay off all this debt that I fucking accrued for this.
Mhm.
Uh, but anyway, yeah, for
I think
sure,
a
it's
lot of people start out. Responding to Dream Sleeper in the chat, like I have
yeah,
I have done not art, but I've done layout, I've done marketing, I've done writing, I've done mechanics, I've made graphic design stuff. Like I'm not gonna say I was great at all that stuff, but there was a point where you just have to say yes to doing anything anyone will give the opportunity to do.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks, Sotelgon. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're really going from this product to, um, well, we have to finish this one, and then we've got, a few months of work probably, So we're probably going to be working on this actively until December, to finish this off. And then we've got like, are you writing this down, Nat? Like this is a meeting?
Oh no, I was actually while watching you stream, I kind of had a little jolt of
Uh-huh.
inspiration for some secret mechanics. Was jotting down some rough.
Oh, cool. We can
Like,
talk about that in a minute. But
there
no,
was
we're
something that somebody said that kind of hit the note right in my head. I'm like, oh, that's a thing, you know?
Oh yeah. I'm super excited to have those meetings with you, by the way. And like start to talk about these mechanics that we are gonna develop, and like I'm super excited about all of that. Um, oh gosh, I'm so excited. Like, and we had someone fill out they got the villain pledge, the villain tier
Yeah.
add-on. So we're gonna have 10 lieutenants, maybe 11 if someone else pledges in the last hour. We got 57 minutes left. But yeah, it's fuck. We have a few extra NPCs we're gonna add as well, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and as we can really like throttle forward now on like monster design because we have a little more information about the core fantasy role playing stuff that we can lean on, and
Mm-hmm.
we have a funded Kickstarter. So now it's like green light on design because that's
Yeah.
where we've been in holding. That's where my role has been in holding phase. Is like we a lot of design work to get Tower of Atonement ready to go. A lot of design work to get things ready to go, and now it's for the Kickstarter, all that shit, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's okay, and now press the pause button because now the Kickstarter needs to fund.
Yeah.
That's been surprisingly stressful.
Yeah, the just in limbo about whether or not we're gonna fund.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's been really stressful. I've cried a lot. And mostly it was like I don't want to make this out to be like a boohoo stream, but like because obviously we have a lot to celebrate and a lot to be thankful for and grateful for the community like coming together and like both supporting us and like doing a lot of work for us because it wasn't just like our team, but it was like the entire community like really getting behind us.
Yeah.
And promoting us and being excited about it. And I really want to the best of my ability, like try and represent and do right by that. So yeah, I'm I'm really beside myself. It really hasn't sunk in the whole way yet. Um,
Oh no, not at all.
yeah, Sloan's back in a few minutes, but
It's all good.
yeah. Um,
When Sloan returns, am I going to be uh discussing with a new person not live on stream while you go get cereal?
no,
It'd be
no,
fine.
I'm not gonna get cereal. No. I shouldn't eat this late, but yeah. Oh, in Dreamslaver, none of that money's gonna get saved. All of it's gonna get used.
Yeah.
Yeah. To even the funding at 50K, that doesn't pay for the whole thing. So like
That's still a
we've
tight belt budget.
yeah, that's not even a tight belt. It doesn't pay for everything. So it's like
Yeah.
oh yeah, sorry, Dream. Um but yeah, for us it was like so our the writing and the art by itself is 50,000. That doesn't include layout, graphic design, freight, uh,
Printing.
yeah, it basically includes nothing else.
Can we talk about PDF versus physical book pricing for a minute? Because I feel like I have a bone to pick with people on the topic.
Yeah, if we do it tactfully, sure.
So I'm of the opinion, you can agree disagree, that the price difference between a PDF and the book should be the price of printing and freight. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You are buying the same amount of labor. And it's not like we went over and printed and bound the books ourselves. Literally, that's just like we look at how much that costs and how much it takes to get it to you, or get it to a distribution center where then you can pay for shipping to get it to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's math.
Yep.
The labor you're buying literally is a InDesign layout file that gets printed or turned into a PDF. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah. I mean, for us, we didn't quite reach our describe stretch goal. We're still gonna put the describe stuff in the book. Like that
Yeah,
was
like there was
really the stretch goal for us really was honestly so that I could get paid for my labor, because initially the goal was 60. We dropped it to 50 so we could make it. And then before we started the campaign, because I kind of had this
Can you
fear.
imagine the stress right now?
Yeah,
We were at
dude.
57.9 with 54 minutes. I mean, the today would have looked different if that was the case, but
Yeah, it would have. But yeah, it's fucking. Oh, but anyway, yeah. So the describe PDF functionality is gonna go in there. It's just I'm just paying out of pocket for it now. That's fine. I'll do it. Same thing
like
with the.
make a good that's an
Oh,
exception that can
at
be a value
58.
add.
Thank you,
Eh,
person.
if you're here, you're great. If you're
Yeah,
not here, you're still great.
yeah. You have to just go to bed on time, I guess, which is fine. You can do that. Um, but yeah, they for sure that's really what it is. It's like, how much is this gonna cost really to like print this as opposed to like email it to you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
Like if you are, as the consumer, happy to pay the extra percentage points, what have you, to make it into a Dead Tree edition, that's
mm-hmm,
grand. And I think it's wonderful that that is an avenue available to you. But being like, oh, I don't want that version, so your margins have to be worse, is some clown shoes shit, honestly.
yeah,
This is an entirely different topic, but I have a lot of trouble saying the word revivify.
mm-hmm. I think everybody does, to be honest.
I have like a speech impediment around
Oh,
some of those sounds.
I didn't mean to
Oh,
minimize.
oh no, you're grand, you're grand, you're grand. It was like when I was growing up, the word gorilla was just my nemesis because at
Oh,
that point
really?
the L's were really hard and the R's were also
Yeah.
kind of hard. So gorilla was just like a menace to my life.
Mm-hmm.
But revivify, like it's almost like my mouth has to rush through it, otherwise I can't
Mm,
say it. It's like revivify. Yeah, it's like hard,
mm-hmm.
and that makes it hard to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Eric. I like hardcovers because I have ADHD, so like I get really distracted by electronic stuff when I'm not like prepping myself to really focus on something. It's so much easier to focus on physical stuff for me. So I like
Oh
having
yeah,
the hardcover if I'm like leisurely reading something. I will reference a
yeah.
PDF faster, but like just reading it, I want the hardcover.
When I'm running a digital game, having the digital PDF is so much more convenient because
Uh-huh.
having like a book open on my desk, and then like if I want to share an
Yeah.
image from the PDF, all the things.
Right.
But if I'm like I'm running a Dragonlance game right now. If I'm like, oh, I want to read the next section to prep that adventure, I grab the
Yeah.
hardcover. I sit down on my couch. I crack it open. That is a much more relaxing experience. And I think part of that's that like something like 70% of my life happens in front of this computer. It's my work, it's my
Mm-hmm.
relationship because I'm long distance, it's meetings, and
Yeah.
sometimes I eat here, which I probably should stop doing. But like
Yeah.
it's
Same.
nice to just like sit over there
Yeah.
in a different part of the same room.
Yeah. Same, Talera. Books are easier for me to read. I grew up reading books, so I think that's part of it. I mean, maybe kids growing up who read on screens, maybe it's easier for them,
Yeah.
but yeah, oh gosh, I'm just so happy. This is great. I feel great.
I'm back.
Hi, Sloan.
Hello.
I'm so sorry to just jump in here, but let me turn my video back on. I did just notice that you passed 58. Oh God. I
Yeah.
did that. I have to press the woohoo noise.
There you go.
Hooray. How y'all
I don't.
feeling?
I feel great. I feel
Good.
fucking fantastic, Sloan. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel really good.
Yeah.
That fucking monster that we fought was insane.
Confess your
You're welcome.
silliest.
Yeah. I mean, the Hades dad refill back to 300 is like such a gut punch. But also very, very cool because it's just like, I don't know, it really it certainly sets a tone. I'll say that. It sets a tone for sure.
Yeah. For this adventure in particular, it's important because it signals that properly to the party, because you have a lot of parties who will just take their weapons to the fight and keep trying to hack against the thing over and over again. It signals to the party like, no, this is the time where you stop. This is the part where you walk away. And parties need a signal like that, and having it built into the very mechanics of the monster works really well.
Yeah. I mean, it's really smart. I like it a lot. I'm just reflecting on like the first time I played. If you hate me talking about Hades, feel free to tell me to shut up. But I'm gonna bring
That
up.
game's great.
I'm gonna bring up that point because that's like my point of reference for this. The first time I like got to that point and like beat Dad, and then it was like psych, and the fucking health bar refilled. It was devastating. And I mean, in that game, it's kind of like a grit your teeth and keep going situation. But here, it's like, I wasn't doing this because I was just kind of chilling. But my party members were like throwing everything that they had at this big nasty. And then it was like, and you defeat them. The flame like comes up, swallows her body whole, and then she's like back. And to be there and be like 2/3 exhausted or more of all of your stuff, and to have them just be like fully ready to go again. Heartbreaking, devastating, a very obvious signal to like rethink your course.
And I think the party
correction.
I think the party members in that case did. They chose to, even in the barbarian's case, which was the VJ knew. VJ knew though,
right.
of course.
Of course.
VJ helped design the
VJ
creature.
made it a mythic creature. Like that was his design.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But like Sebastian's pivot to like exchanging the secret was really, really cool. Like very, very brilliant, honestly.
Sebastian's an excellent player.
Every time I play with Sebastian, I'm just like, I need to play with Sebastian more.
Yeah, they were like thinking of things that I fully never would have thought of. Ever.
Sebastian is not only one of the coolest people I know, but like one of the smartest people I know. I love talking to Sebastian.
Yeah.
I love working with Sebastian. I love anything involved with Sebastian. Sebastian's so fucking great.
They were definitely playing chess. It felt like they were playing chess.
Yeah, they are.
That's their whole vibe.
Yeah.
Chess on a chessboard of their own creation. Like Gromit in that one GIF, however you pronounce it, where he's on the like cart and he's just like putting down the tracks in front of him as he goes.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah. Hi, Bilda. Welcome.
Hello,
everybody. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. We got 40 minutes left on this Kickstarter. I'm dying. And we're just chatting.
Tell me if I'm like recovering. Is there anything that you want to talk about? I just fully came in here and was like, let me talk.
We're just talking about life, honestly. I was talking about what I'm gonna do with some of the money. I was just saying that I was gonna give a few $1,000s to my ex-wife. So
Friday was giving us like real life sappy bitch things, and I'm like, game mechanics.
Mechanics.
I was talking about sappy bitch shit. I'm a sappy bitch. That's right.
Not that you should stop. It's just that's a sappy bitch kind of night.
How can
Don't
we?
get me wrong. I drink my vitamins of sappy bitch juice 3 times a week. Yeah, it keeps me healthy.
Can I ask a question about?
Thank you, person who just pledged. Yeah, you can ask any question you want. What's up?
Wow, that's an awesome pledge. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good gravy. Do you mind if it's more about like this game stuff, or were you pivoting away from?
No, you can talk about whatever you want. We're just chilling. What do you
I'm
want to talk
fully
about,
just
Sloan?
reducing as well. I can just backseat, but I'm here
No.
now. I'm gonna commit. Um,
Yeah, do it.
what is the
Good question.
What is the next step outside of that first encounter that we just played through? What's the next
So
immediate
the
thing
next
that you run
floor,
into?
the next floor is the Vault of Greed. And within the Vault of
Mm.
Greed, you have a few different encounters, and one of which is with the Guardian. Every floor after the initial top floor is a floor guarded by a Guardian, and that Guardian has particular things about them. They each interact with different secrets, though. So,
It would have been
um,
my secret, I think.
yep, it would have
Uh,
interacted with your secret more in particular. So a lot of these, I think it's difficult for me to like interact smartly with secrets during one shots, but like if I knew the party and I like knew the players a little bit better and like we had played together a little bit more, that's where these sort of like secret interactions come
right.
into more. And because this is a tier 3 adventure, a lot of the stuff within Tower of Atonement, I think assumes that you've played at least a few sessions together to
Yeah.
get to this level.
Yeah.
And you have some long-standing secrets that could get spilled in this tower and like be really impactful.
I'm actually like, as you're saying that, I am thinking of parties that I've been playing with for like 2 to 3 years and thinking of
Mm-hmm.
taking them to the tower, and
Yeah.
that would be
You can.
insane. Actually,
You
no,
can.
I'm fully. This was. I'm thinking of like my off the rails people.
Mm-hmm.
Strange Hunters hasn't been playing that long, but like my Tragedy of Theologian people as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
very characters that have known each other. I mean, OTR is in the exact like level range for this that we just played
Mm-hmm.
too. I think we're
Oh
level
yeah.
11 or 12. So
Also,
that
like,
would be wild to bring those
you know,
characters
I
into
think
it.
the to speak to the like mechanical structure of the adventure for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those tough days kind of things. It's how much do you tire yourself out on the confessor? How much does the adventure make you regret that choice?
Yeah.
Because it really is. It's like it's a mess. If you like really throw your shit at the wall at the confessor, and then she gets to her final form, and you're like, oh crap, and cow and run. There's 3 more fights. They're not as bad as the confessor, but they're rough if you don't, if you're spent.
Oh, you can get
And
nuked.
I think high level play in particular, it's really important that there are things that the players can't take, and that gets conveyed. That's what makes high level players talk to people, because if you are essentially, magical Batman, and you're walking around and you can solve every problem by punching it in the throat, why do you ever talk to someone? You need to have somebody else who looks at you and goes, "You don't want to fuck with this." That's what makes high level players actually have to talk. And
Yeah.
there are lots of groups like this one that we're just playing where it's like the role play is something that comes naturally. It's a goal. It's super fun with them. But there are other groups that need to be coaxed into it. I'm a professional GM, so I run for a lot of normal players who just are looking for a game. And a really important role for me, I think, at high level is making sure that it's not just the monster of the week. It's actually having conversations and making choices that matter.
Hmm. Interesting. I do think it's fun that you like throw this massive meat slab, not necessarily meat slab, but kind of like that at the players just like right off the bat, and then have it. I mean, you said that they're not necessarily as tough. Still tough. Still could kick the
Yeah.
shit out of you, but like not as tough lower down. It truly is. It is a grind. I imagine it would be very, very intense to get through. Are there opportunities for characters to rest at all between any of these? Just take a sit on the stairs for a little bit, or
That's GM discretion and how things went with the confessor.
yeah.
The confessor is kind of written in a way that gives options for the GM and the players to sort of explore non-violent approaches for live plays and things like that, or like playtesting. I kind of force the encounter because that's what we're here for. But like you don't necessarily have to fight the confessor here. And some parties might be directly opposed to it, and it's not like the right thing to do for that party, because it wouldn't make sense for the situation. But like, because the confessor is not written to be motivated by death, they're motivated by acquiring secrets. So just as the confessor didn't hurt anyone after they gave up their secret, they're also fucked up. So like, she makes people feel pain. She takes their secret after she humiliates or degrades them to a certain point. Getting that dommy mommy action in. And then she establishes that she's the dominant one, and then she takes people's secrets, and then she will leave. And that's it.
I mean, I think it is a really effective way to get people to fucking talk about stuff instead of just, as you said, punching it in the throat.
Yeah. So they're
For the record, if you run this adventure and the party fights the confessor, please give them a short rest afterwards.
They do need a short rest, yeah. It's funny though, I've run this encounter 11 times now, and parties do different shit almost every time. I once had a party turn on Roos, hold him down, and assist the confessor in getting the secret out of him. They were just like, fuck this, we're not fighting the confessor, and they just held his ass down and forced
You're
him
not
to
being
confess.
paid enough for this shit.
Exactly. Like, they were just like, they went full fucking Donald Glover. They were fucking...
Oh my god. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
I might have done that.
Yeah, I mean, it's real. That's real. It's like,
Fuck Roos.
this bitch is powerful. Like,
I mean,
I don't need to fight
the setting and setup makes you encourages making characters who are a little, let's say, darker. Roos is not exactly set up to be super endearing, and it's not like you have an ongoing relationship with them. So yeah,
very
it's
true.
Entirely within the pale.
The secret that I was sent by Friday as like the secret that I had, literally when I saw it, like my mouth dropped open and I gasped. Because mine was the one that was about like getting fake diamonds and selling them to people as real diamonds that they would then use to try and bring back like their loved ones and fail, which is fucked. So I mean, it's a whole level of darkness that, I mean, I honestly don't bake that into my characters very often, and to play with that and like have that as a thing that is readily available in the book as a suggestion to like get that creativity going is really, really nice. I thought it was great. I loved it. It was like scandalizing, but I liked being scandalized.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you for appreciating that.
Was that yours?
No, I wrote the adventure. Yeah.
I mean, yes, you did write the entire adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Friday, I believe.
They did the, what's that?
I think all the secrets were Friday, right?
Yeah, I wrote everything except for, so the dossier was Kiana Shaw. Kiana Shaw wrote the dossier. And then Nat and VJ worked on the mechanics for the monsters. I had some input, but mostly narrative input. I didn't have like, hey, do this, maybe once in a while. I'm like the ideas guy on the team, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm just like, wouldn't it be cool if, and then I just tell that to a designer, and I'm like, okay, I'll come back in 20 minutes, and I want to see what you got. And then that's what I do. That's my job. So,
I mean, all of
but yeah, all the narrative stuff was me.
All of everything is so helpful, and I know that, I mean, at this point, y'all have talked this to death, but this is the first time that I get to talk about it, so,
Yeah,
all of the everything, all of the little suggestions, the way that it's laid out, it's like just enough to provide enough structure to inspire, while also like leaving enough room in the middle for a DM, GM to ping pong around and like fill it in with their own bones, you know? Like, they can get in there, they can like make their own choices and do it very easily because of the structure that's been provided. And I just think that it's very, very cool, and you did a very good job of doing that.
Thank you, Sloan.
Very well done.
Sloan.
Yeah.
I think
Hi, Alta. Thank you.
I think it's one of the things that makes our designs really strong is that our core team has a lot of just like day in, day out GMing tons of sessions, GMs, and like we were talking earlier before Sloan got back here about how like almost every artistic skill, basically every artistic skill, and most of the non-artistic skills are just practice-based. You get better at it, you develop over time. It's nothing innate. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100. DMing is exactly one of them. Like, if someone asks me like, how do I do good pacing while running games? I'm like, run a lot of games.
Run a lot of games. I ran 500
Just run
games
guide
last
rails.
year. I ran
Did
500
you say
games.
500?
500, yeah.
That's a lot of.
We,
Friday? That's a lot of games. That's a lot.
I was a top 3 GM all year because I'm a stupid bitch. And
Honestly, that's very, very impressive. That's a huge cred, though, to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly for the money so that I could pay people. But it was kind of nice to like.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna run that many games again though because like that's awful. But I was running like an average of like 15 games a week at one point, and I was just like, ugh, it was terrible, not sustainable long term. Just like running a Kickstarter and running games at the same time, not sustainable.
I'm not super great at math, but that sounds like you're running more than 2 games a day.
Yeah, so yeah, some days
not
I'm
quite.
2, sometimes I'm 3.
Because,
But
right, 7 times 2 is
now,
14, plus 1 is 15.
yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
mostly 2
So
games a
yeah,
day with, like, a special day where you
Yeah.
do 3.
Well,
I
if you
used
look
to
at the
have
math, though, 500 out of
game days.
365 though brings it to like an actual average of more like 1.8.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I normally had like 2-3 game days during the week. So, but yeah, I was fucking.
And like, you don't even need to do Friday's kind of schedule to hit those kind of like this year we're 120 days into 2023. I've run about 150 games.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not gonna curse in this portion as much.
No. Okay.
Dang.
I haven't run nearly as many games since like December because I've just like way slowed down so I could focus on this, which
Yeah.
I'm super grateful for. I've reduced myself to like maybe 8 to 10 games a week now, and I'm so much happier. So it's
Yeah.
like,
That sounds like it's a little more sustainable, maybe a little more chilled out, but still doing the thing that you want to do. Bringing that peak
Well,
Friday brain to every game.
Thank you, backer number 700. We're now at $58,204.
I'm gonna press the hurry button.
Also, thank you, Alta. That's very kind of you. And congratulations on running games regularly and being able to support yourself doing that. Alta is actually one of my players from the original homebrew setting where the Vineyard was initially crafted. And Alta was the player that I worked on creating a version of the Whisperborn, except they were tieflings. But they had a similar function when I first made that homebrew campaign like 2 years ago. That Sloan, and I guess I can introduce Alta. Sloan is the one that did all of our graphic design for that show.
Oh, I remember. I recognize your name. I have put your name in many nameplates before.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah. So yeah, now you have digitally met. But
We shake hands.
yeah, so but yeah. To answer your question, Joe, if you're still here. No, I mostly run campaigns. Most of us ran campaigns. One shots are kind of infrequent for most GMs. 75% of the business for pro GMs is campaigns. So
what is the length of a campaign, like typically for a pro GMing gig?
it depends.
You go first because I think yours is different than mine.
Yeah, it depends. I would say average for me, if a campaign concludes, is like 40 to 60 sessions. Because like people, if they're if they're going through a pro GM situation, a lot of the time they're just like looking to play through like a story or something like that. I run campaigns a little bit differently. I have had a couple of groups that have been playing like over a year together now, so that's really cool. But yeah, most people are like looking to do like the whole campaign arc and then just move on and do something else. Because especially for D&D, it's like levels like 2 to like 11 are like really your core campaign, and then after that it's like things get like really wonky, especially with like what you can do to the story based on magic. So
Just make it
yeah, what do
really
you got now?
hard to do
Specialize in
any.
high level play. That's what that face was, by the way. Because like my demographic is higher level play.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
thinking that that was
Nat
what it
runs games.
was. I got that
That's
vibe.
why, yeah, that's why Nat is so great at design at higher level play because Nat runs a lot of high level games. So
Do you just make it
yeah.
really hard to do like the most basic things in the world? They like try to pick up a pen, and if they fail, they like break their finger.
No, I just let them succeed at all the mundane shit. I haven't had a player fail to pick a lock in like a year.
Yeah, that was me making a silly joke.
I can tell.
Good. Great. Tell me about what your campaigns look like, Nat, and what your pro GMing stuff
So
looks
my
like.
games start at level 4, regardless of when the adventure module actually supposed to start at. I'll just combat math.
I love that.
After one session, you hit level 5. So session 2, you're level 5. 2 sessions later, so at the end of session 3, start of session 4, you're level 6.
I love that. Nice.
So we rocket right into tier 2 right away. That run up is so I can acquire players a little easier with slightly lower level, and so people who are newer have a little more time to get used to the character.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we're looking at a leveling pace of about every 3 sessions until we start to edge in the end of tier 2. And at higher level, the game changes. Like, it does. And some of my games are in that process right now where, like, a really big cutoff point is when the party can start to teleport places. You just have to go to your players and say, like, hey, I won't be prepared for everything you do. I can't be. But that's part of the fun, right? You can just wake up one day and teleport to Silvery Moon, and that's where we're playing today. And that happened to me last month, and I think players really like that. And then when it comes to combat, it's about pacing, not balance. You want to make Gordian knots, and then chuck them at the players, and they have to figure out how to open them. But you want to have it be fast, because it's really easy to make a balanced encounter that is boring as hell, because it takes an hour and a half to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you like it when things kind of like keep going. You're not about like having. I know GMs who are, they like to be realistic, even though it's like not realistic at all to have fucking like level 17 players who are like battling a dragon. There's nothing realistic about that in terms of like our world. But they're like, it has to be realistic. It takes the time that it takes. I want you to tell me how you're surviving this walk across the desert or whatever else.
Well, and that stuff can be interesting earlier on, but by the end of it, you just some druid casts a wind walk, someone teleports someone somewhere. You jump to the next interesting thing.
Yeah.
And I think what gives a lot of GMs the impression that the game falls apart at high level, really, is the combination of you can't prep for everything, you have to be able to improvise. And I think that's a smaller one. And the second one is that all of the tools for like running combats, challenging the party, all of the official advice in the DMG is just wrong. Like, you have to learn like how to make the moments, how to pace the fights the hard way with a hammer, not read it in a book and apply it. Because unfortunately, and this applies to even low level stuff too, all the guidance and like the Dungeon Master's Guide and stuff is kind of crap. And I think all the experienced GMs kind of know that by now. And that sucks. Like, that's bullshit. Why is that the case?
Interesting. I'm learning all the secrets here.
Yeah, Nat's a great GM. I play with Nat every week. We're playing Dragonlance in person because we live near each other. Actually, all the leads on Vineyard RPG actually live near each other. So M actually lives in the area as well. But yeah, me and Nat play D&D.
That's
just through
together.
happenstance, yeah.
We were working together for like half a year before you found out. Like, wait, you live near me? What?
Yeah, you made some comment or something.
I love
about
that.
like, yeah, you made some comment, and I was just like, wait, you're telling me that I've been driving to my girlfriend's house and passing your house for like these last few months, and I just didn't know?
That's
like,
honestly, that's incredible. How nice though.
yeah,
What a nice
Yeah.
little bit of, what's it called? Serendipity? I think that's the word.
yeah. I mean, it was truly like random in a way. I think so I actually met Nat because Nat was one of the people who I was like introducing to the Start Playing Games platform, and then I was more or less just like uh just sort of introducing, like giving some tips and like education about it. And that's how I met Nat and VJ too, actually.
Yeah, you were doing like a cohort of people you like,
Yeah.
basically giving all the professional knowledge required to handle SPG stuff, not like the DMing stuff. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you need basic information. Like half your signups are gonna probably be day of, so you need your onboarding to be quick and efficient. You want probably a Discord server to house your stuff. All that function information that once you hear it makes perfect sense, but someone has to tell it to you.
Yeah, I think for the most part, like most people just like, at least for my business, like it didn't initially start out like as so much business. It was more like a curiosity. And then it became like, oh, this is potentially viable. I like doing this. I'm going to do this part-time. Does this work for me at this point? And then I just sort of scaled. And because I had a background in marketing, it sort of made sense to me to do things a certain way. So I was just doing things that way because I had that background. But most people don't have the background for marketing and sales and stuff like that. So they just go about it in an inefficient way, and they get frustrated and they're like, nothing is working. It's like, well, you haven't been thinking about this from a marketing perspective, which is really what you need to do, but not everybody has time to learn marketing. So removing the barriers for people to understand how to basically market and understand the concepts of it are really what most people need. They don't need high level like marketing, like training or whatever. You don't need an MBA.
Class.
Yeah. It's just like
The other
read a
thing-
few articles, do your best. If it doesn't work, try something else. Take notes. That's it. That's it.
The other thing that you really need is you need someone to go up to a really good GM and say, "Hey, you have a skill that is worth paying for." Because I think a lot of GMs don't realize that like what they do is something that actually has marketable value. I know I
Okay.
didn't.
Yeah, because GMs are always told like that they're not worth paying because you have a bunch of ungrateful fucks around here that are just like, I,
You know, I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting you, but that sparked something in my brain. I would love for you to finish your thought before I go off on a tangent.
no, I was just ranting. Go ahead.
I think that fully has been one of the most I think it's been the most surprising thing about like sharing this experience with you is literally just seeing like reply guys in your comments like who like if you click into their profile, in their bio they have something that identifies them as a participator in this space. Like they have like TTRPG or like D&D specific or like, you know, Pathfinder or whatever else. Like they have something
GMs,
indicating
a lot of them.
they have something indicating that they are a part of this space. And their replies are like, of course you shouldn't get paid for this as a hobby. Which is which I mean, like, I understand in like an academic sense the way that, you know, people can go against their own self-interest, but it's wild to see it happen in real time on the internet, in the digital environment, and know that they're also taking it into their physical environments and like perpetuating that idea and like that concept. It's just really wild to me, because it's literally directly against their own self-interest. Doesn't make sense. It simply doesn't. And I think that out of the stuff that you've done, I have really respected how much you've stuck. I'm not gonna say that's a bad phrase. Stuck to your guns just doesn't ring the way that it used to. But like just stuck to what you do, to what you think and what you believe about that. It's
Conviction.
conviction.
Well, are you talking to me or talking to Nat?
I mean, honestly, I've seen them a lot in your reply specifically, Friday, but like everyone's involved here, so it's really everyone.
Yeah.
I get them a lot less because I'm a white dude, frankly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But joke's on me, it means I get a lot of shitty grognards who sign up for my games.
It's awful. No fucking thanks. No thanks. Not for me. Not for me. I hate that shit. I
Yeah.
not dudes, but like a certain type of dude who's just gonna be a fucking problem.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I get way less problem players because I openly identify as trans in my profile.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a blessing. For the one place on the internet that this is a blessing, it has been genuinely a blessing, because what happens when you sort of remove the anonymity of the great, I guess, trans danger, whatever that people want to view me as, is that people aren't actually willing to like go up and confront someone that they build a relationship with. They would just want to be mad at like random ass fucking people that they see as like a concept that they can hate, right?
No,
I don't
as soon
get
as
just
you're a real
random,
person, as
yeah.
soon as you're a real person, it can just be like they run the risk of having to rationalize you're an exception as soon as you show yourself to be a decent human being.
Yeah, exactly. And like I just don't get that sort of those sort of problems. But I know that like the I know that, for instance, like my friend Kenzie, who's like a cis white woman, she gets a ton of shit from like just very shitty men that join her games and harassed and like disrespected all the time because they join her games and then they just assume that she, like all the other women in their life, is just going to take their harassment and their abuse. I don't deal with that at all. I just don't. I get more of it on Twitter, obviously. I get harassed all the time on Twitter, but like on in my community, almost never. And I don't know what that is specifically. I just know that it's a fact for me. It's like I don't deal with um what different people do because like I'm just out. And
That's interesting.
yeah, it's a weird phenomenon.
It is very it is weird. I like wonder.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think my way through that. I guess it is kind of a thing where it's like I'm not gonna pay money to. Whereas like
Yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of men who. I'm not gonna say that stuff. I'm not going to like externalize those negative thoughts that I'm having. Um,
Sure.
I'm glad that you
Well,
don't have to deal with it as much. It sucks that anyone has to deal with it. Period.
Yeah.
I think it'll happen. I
Interesting.
think it'll happen for me more the hotter I get, to be honest. I think that's part of it, to be quite honest.
I almost asked like so that people get does she get signups who are there to harass her because they think she's hot? That's why they're in that game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, thank you, Alta. But uh, I think, yeah, I think that's part of it. She's smoking hot, so I mean, like, and I say that like in a platonic way because she's like my little sister, but like she's really good. Like, she's attractive. So I mean, like, and she's like a just tiny waifish, used to do ballet type of little woman. So I mean, like, obviously that it really appeals to certain types of dudes. But either way, I think altogether, I don't quite understand it. I think it's a psychological thing for a lot of men. Um, because like at the same time, most trans femmes are like registered as like a threat in some way. So like, especially if you join like my game, you're not anonymous anymore. So then you're dealing with me not being anonymous. I don't know. It's weird. Like I've had people like because I put like all these warnings on my games, and this is like a whole different topic. Um, but
Yeah, you
like I
gotta
put
weed
like
out some of the shitlords with your onboarding. 100% is part of the tactic.
yeah, exactly. But like there's a lot of people out there who like specifically because I'm trans or queer, like they don't like me to talk about like my sex life. But like I'm really open about the fact that I talk about my sex life. It's literally everywhere in my profile. It's in my session 0. It's like when you first come on board and like we talk, it's there. I clearly state before we have gossip time, and your first time there, like that's what's gonna happen. But still, sometimes I get people who join my games, and then it's okay to be upset about it or not want to talk about it or whatever, or feel like it wasn't going to be a big deal. But a lot of the time, straight people will join my game having expressed that it doesn't bother them. But as soon as I start to talk about it, it bothers them because I'm in a queer relationship. And it just bothers them because they have a hang up about it that didn't come out until I was talking about it because I'm an
And they have to
other.
confront that.
Yeah. That's come up a lot. And that's fine. Get out of my game. This is my space. This is my community.
I feel like
That's
you need to have like a social scientist follow you around and just like you need to get a chip implanted into your brain so that they can see, hear, and sense what you see, hear, and sense, and then just like follow you around 24/7 and like go into your games and just study what goes on there, because truly I think that this is like a petri dish of societal conflict. Like, it's not to make light of it. I don't mean to make light of it. I just mean it's like
No.
what you're talking about, it sounds so that's people bringing so much of their baggage. So much of their
That's
baggage, and it all
that's what
coming
happens
to
when
the
you play.
fore.
Yeah. That's what
I-
happens when like you run games for people because people get, you know,
On a certain level, these people are signing up looking for friends. Like, not literally every time, but like
that's it.
they're hoping they find a group of lovable misfits to play in a game with every week and become friends. And it absolutely happens in some of the games. Not everyone, but some of them. That's what a lot of these people are hoping for.
Do you feel like have you ever had the experience of, maybe this is like a dangerous question to ask, but you ever had the experience of like someone coming in and then you feel like they leave knowing a little bit more, or like being a little bit better adjusted at least to like you and the things that would have made them uncomfortable at the start, like maybe it doesn't make them uncomfortable at the end? Do you ever have that experience? It's okay if
Yeah,
the answer's no.
sometimes players like talk to me about it and they're like, "Hey, like I'm not into the sex stuff. I'd rather just not talk about it." And I'm just like, "Okay." And then we move on and I respect their boundary and that's it. It doesn't have to become like some
So,
people like I've had people like quit in the middle of the game though and like make it weird and then like send a complaint to SPG about it. I'm just like, "You were warned like 4 or 5 times. Like I don't
it was in
understand
the
like
write-up.
it's like literally in my profile in like fucking bold letters. Content warning. I talk about my sex life in the gossip time." And it's like I don't get it. Like it's people just are weird. It's a weird people got some weird hangups.
Mm-hmm.
So, the question you asked, obviously, I don't talk about my queer relationship on my SPG games because of obvious reasons. But I do see that closed to open pattern happen in a lot of my games with people. I get a lot of people who are like quite socially awkward in my games. Um, they have some of them aren't particularly great at comporting casual conversation at all. And I have some groups that started where running for them started out feeling like pulling teeth, and now they have great cohesion. They are friends with each other. They celebrate each other's, professional successes. And I'm taking some travel time coming up, and they're planning on running one shots for each other. Like, that's kick ass.
Yeah.
That's
Not quite the
awesome.
same, but you definitely get people who grow in the
Mm-hmm.
environment.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
that's
There's
awesome.
there are a lot of what you're recreating, and a lot of times for the business model for most pro GMs is you're recreating a friendly local game store more than anything else. And like you own the store, right? But and people come in and like pay you money, but like at the same time, like you can be friends with them. You're just like you're not being paid to be their friend. You're being paid to maintain the friendly local game store and the community and like everything else. That's why people hang out on my Discord and talk to each other. It's like because I have like a community where people talk to each other. Thank you for all of the backers last minute. We are still getting backers with only 8 minutes fucking left. Amazing. We're at 58,500 now. Thank you so much, everyone. But yeah, so like it's
Damn.
it's great as far as like community and especially like me working from home now, trying to shift my business to like game design. It's really nice to have a community. I'm over 400 people in my Discord now, and I talk to a good chunk of them regularly. I have people reach out to me like all the time that I played with for a couple of months, and they just like reconnect and they're like, "Hey, I would really love to rejoin a game." Sometimes they rejoin for a little while, but then their life takes over and then they have to leave. You know what I mean? And I got so many people like coming and going in my community and like sharing with each other and having those experiences. I'd say the greatest thing that I have really, because when I left the military, I was really looking to replace that community that I had in the military for what it was, and I feel like I'm finally getting to a place where I'm very happy with that because I have friends like Nat and you, Sloan, um, that I really just interact with in a meaningful way often, and it refills my cup, so to speak, because I found that my life as a man was so unfulfilling because I was not able to connect with people genuinely. Yet I have been able to, through great luck, um, sort of cultivate um, relationships with people where they mean something and we care about each other. And I love that. I love this new part of my life.
Yeah.
Well, I for one am fantastically happy to be part of it. I know you, Friday, on some ostensible level because my girlfriend sent me a tweet one time. Like honestly, like the connection was so thin. And now you're a massive part of my life now. It's fantastic. And you are the reason why I have an income running games now. Like that's a
That's really cool,
fantastic
but
gift, and I can never thank you enough for that.
that's really cool, but you earned that.
Oh yeah, I put in a fuckload of work, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah,
like you were the one that shepherded me.
that's fine. I wouldn't say
Yes.
shepherd. I would just say like I just showed up and I like it's like, hey there, kid. I didn't call you kid, but
There was mentorship involved.
Weary traveler.
I'm over here coughing like an old person because I've got a cold, but
May I show you the path?
I'm a professional game mastering.
It is long and winding. But
Hey,
at the
Sloan,
end, there's more long and winding. Yes?
yeah, I just wanted to say, hey, it was really great to play with you again tonight. It's been so
Oh
long
my
since we've played.
God. It's been a really
Yeah,
long time. It was so nice.
yeah, it was great.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It was fabulous.
Well, of course, I wanted to play with the team. You know, whoever was available, I wanted to play with the team tonight.
I was honestly a little sad I wasn't free.
Yeah,
So
you
sad.
should have ditched your friends.
This wasn't my friends. This is a paid game. I would have been
Yeah,
like,
your
yes,
job.
participate in this stream. I
Yeah.
need to not earn $157.
Yeah, that's the hard truth of it, honestly. It's
That's a
like
good reason.
sometimes I like look at my day and I'm like, I don't want to run any of these games. But I also want to earn $300, so I mean like
One thing I will say. You know what really helps fight burnout is $150 a session. That really helps fight burnout.
yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. It does sound nice.
Thank you, James, Eric, Alta, for your kind words. It means a lot to me. But yeah, we got 3 minutes to go here. Looks like, according to Kickstarter.
Yeah, Kickstarter seems to be a couple minutes ahead by my computer, but that's okay.
Yeah, my
I don't think I
computer's
set it for midnight. I don't think I set it for midnight. I think I set it for 58 or 59.
11:59 p.m. PDT.
Yeah.
Ah.
1 minute shy. But yeah, so yeah, I'm so thankful that we funded because honestly, like especially since like those first 48 hours when I was just like fucking weeping and I was depressed and I had people on the team who I like confided with and like you, Nat, who like sort of gave me enough support for me to rally and keep going. So um it was pretty bleak. It was bleak for until 3 days ago. It was bleak until this morning.
I woke up this morning. Before I checked my phone, I thought we weren't going to fund.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't sleep at all last night. I got like 3 hours of sleep because I was like, I woke up and then I went to my computer and did some more work. And then I was like, but we haven't funded. So like, I don't deserve sleep. So.
Friday no.
Wow. Jesus. I
Now
didn't
you,
realize how pervasive that mindset was.
you
Sometimes you
know,
can just say what you're thinking, you know?
honestly, Sloan, you and I have a lot in common.
We do. I think that my anxiety attracts other people
Yeah.
with severe anxiety.
I have
Speaking of anxiety,
immense
Kickstarter is
anxiety.
showing me seconds now, and that is
Oh, yeah.
like spiking my blood
Terrifying.
pressure so high.
Oh, what's gonna happen? What's
I
gonna
know.
happen?
No,
Is it gonna explode? Are we gonna lose all of our funding?
that's what it feels
I've
like.
never-
I feel like I'm being held at gunpoint.
I've never watched a Kickstarter tick over before. Like, is there a transition graphic?
I think
Oh,
there
God.
is. I think it's like a. Boop.
Oh, is there?
Hey, Sloan, if there is Sloan, you need to capture it so that
I'm
we can
gonna.
share it.
I got it. I've got it.
Yeah, yeah.
I literally have it
Yeah.
right here. I'm gonna
Okay,
try
good.
and like resize this window so we can definitely see
Yeah.
it. Oh my God! Wait, hold on. Oh, I fucked it up. Okay,
69.
here.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
There we
I'm
go,
trying
there we
not to
go.
mess it up too bad.
Yeah.
I want it to be perfect. Oh my God! Holy shit!
Oh, it's
it
red
turned
now.
red when it got
It's
less than a minute.
Oh,
Ah!
shit. Hey, Kickstarter, not helping.
Oh fuck!
What the fuck is this Kickstarter?
What's
Oh, no.
happening?
Hi,
God.
Brian. Welcome.
Oh God!
We got 40
God.
seconds
Oh, hi,
left.
Brian.
Wow.
Hey, Brian.
We were
Dragonlance is really good, by the way.
Yeah, we were talking about your adventure earlier. Dragonlance fucking rules, Brian. Great fucking job.
Dragonlance.
We're playing in Calaman right now. Oh, it's such a good time. We love it. It's great. The GM notes are great.
Shit.
I'm like not spoiling myself, but like I can tell even as a player, Nat's running it for us. It's fucking great. You did a great job, Brian. We love it.
15 seconds.
Oh my god.
10 seconds.
10,
Eh?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Oh, it exploded! Oh my god! Oh my god! Amazing! Wow! Now I have the completed screen!
Wow.
Mission complete.
Ah,
That's
incredible!
fucking awesome.
Hi, DJ, just in time. This is...
That's
You know?
fucking sick.
Oh no, I fucking forgot to move the thing. Can you refresh your page real quick?
Oh yeah, sure.
I did it! I get a new screen. I get to update my story.
Hee hee hoo.
It started, not ready to edit your page. I'm not ready to edit my page. Can you see it though?
Look at all this stuff. Can I see
Okay.
what?
Okay, yeah, it took the edit. It's okay. I was just making sure. At the top, I like, hey, we have funded, and then I linked to just me in the
Yeah.
Discord for like the community stuff.
Congratulations.
It's fucking done. I was so privately
both of
worried,
you.
but I didn't. I was so privately worried, Sloan. And congratulations to you as well. Honestly, Sloan,
Thanks.
you're such an integral part of our victory here. Your advertising graphics, so fucking good.
I
Thanks.
feel
So
like I
fucking
just
good.
had a ghost leave my shoulders. Relax. I didn't even know they were tense.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. That huge unwinding. It is so helpful. I hope that you both get really, really good sleep.
Eh.
I don't even
that
know.
y'all have been working your asses off, or don't get sleep. Go do something else. That's
Yeah.
fun. I don't know. But
Yeah.
like, whatever you need. Congratulations, you did it. It's done. You did it. Pretty fucking
I can't
tight.
believe. Here's the fucking thing that blows my mind, Sloan. I'm such a stupid bitch that I thought that I was gonna run a Kickstarter for a campaign setting guidebook without the system even being announced on fucking Kickstarter, and we successfully did this. I'm such a stupid bitch. Like, even in hindsight, like me thinking about this, like, how could I even fathom that this would be successful knowing all that? I am such an optimistic dipshit. Like,
Do you do you feel like you've learned things from this experience?
yeah, don't launch a campaign setting a guidebook before the fucking system is out. This is nuts. Like, anyway, I'm glad that
I feel
people
like I'm Brian
supported us.
David Gilbert at the end of the "Should you read every book in Skyrim" thing, and just like, no, how could you watch all this and think you should? No, how could you jettison my gift?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I can add a link. Oh, okay, I'm gonna add a link. If I had known.
I really can't wait to hold this book in my hand.
Me too.
My hands. I have two hands.
Me
I said
too.
hands singular for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hold it in one hand.
I
I'm
can't wait to hold it
fucking-
in my singular hand.
I'm fucking like. I'm so like. Oh man, I'm so like. Oh, so grateful. This has been great. I'm gonna have to like set up our pre-order thing. I haven't done
That's
it
backer
yet.
kit, right?
Yeah, I gotta figure that out tomorrow. I ain't doing it tonight. If you want to order this tonight, I'm sorry, you gotta fucking wait for tomorrow.
No, bitch. Not tonight. Tonight is for
Yeah.
sleep. Tomorrow is for
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, I have a voice therapy appointment at like 8.
Oh. Little
yeah.
voice therapy.
Yeah.
Well, you've won the lottery. Now what? Disney World?
I mean, honestly, I'm closing all these windows.
You know what? I think that's enough. Close all your tabs. And that's enough.
I'm closing every single one of my fucking tabs right now.
I
And
haven't
eventually
closed all
I'll
my
come to this
tabs in
tab. And then I
7
will close it too. Oh god, you're stressing me the fuck out right now, Nat.
What'd you say, Nat?
I haven't closed all my tabs in 7 months.
You didn't want to hear that, Sloan. Why'd you ask?
I have Windows set up where like I open it for a specific game to run the
Isn't it?
game,
This
and
is
so it stays there
Oh.
all forever.
I see. That makes sense to me. Ooh, suddenly, now that
But, like every time I reboot my computer, I like have to go to the history and be like recently closed. Please restore. Please restore. Please restore all of them.
Wow. You know what?
Yeah.
That sounds like it would make it easier to just like jump back into something, you know?
Yeah.
Now that the like tension is in there, and honestly, I can't even imagine what you two are feeling, but the
How
weight
is that?
is off,
What
and
do you
now
mean?
I'm like yawning. So, like, relaxation, a Scotia
Yeah.
relaxation.
Yeah, it's oh gosh, fuck. Yo,
You all right?
I'm just I think I need to go cry. I'm gonna go cry and then fall asleep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
You
think
once told me.
Oh god.
When I said I was terrified.
What
I said I was
dumbass
terrified
thing did I
about
tell you?
something, and you said, "Nat, when I'm terrified, I just stop being terrified. I trick myself into thinking it's excitement."
I would say some
That's how I
stupid shit like
function.
that. You believe
sometimes
me?
I forget that you come from a military background, and then you say stuff like that, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps for 13 years.
Whenever someone says that, I used to be around military people, and they would make a lot of jokes saying like "oorah" and shit, and like kind of like making jokes about it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when strangers do it, the desire to make those jokes again rises, and I have to stop myself because I have to remind myself that these people don't know me, and if I did that, they might get really, really mad.
Oh. Well, I mean, to be honest, I have a lot of like, and this is kind of a long conversation, so I can just like cinch this up pretty neatly, but um, I look back on me being in the military and my experience in the military as sort of like very bittersweet in many ways because it was me really overcompensating for wanting so badly to conform to the gender that I was not. And I was deeply unhappy and depressed, and it was slowly killing me
Yeah.
to not be myself and to be in an environment where I could never be myself. And when I was starting to explore and I was meeting more queers and like starting to relate more to them. And honestly, I'll be real with you, Sloan. One of the reasons why I first connected with you was because you were a queer that I could potentially have a working relationship with, and I wanted to interact with you. And I wanted to see if I was also a queer.
Wow, we've really known each other for that long.
Yeah, I knew you before I was out, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. That's why like are you going to Big Bad Con, Sloan? If you are, let's hang out. Like we have
yeah.
not hung out in person. We gotta hang out.
Fuck yeah.
I'm old as fuck, but I'm still cool, you know?
I think that you're very cool.
I mostly just hang out
I
with
also think that
mid-20s
you're very
people.
cool. I just met you.
But Nat's
But
in your age range, so it's not weird, but like I'm way older than you.
no, it's
To reciprocate
Mhm.
intentionally, Sloan, I think you're pretty cool too. And I found this is a very wonderful opportunity to meet you properly because you are someone
Yeah.
whose name gets bandied around me quite often, but I didn't have a face for it yet.
ping ponging all over the place. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the people before we say goodnight?
Thank you so much for all of your support, everyone showing up to chat with us. And I guess join the Discord if you're looking to talk more about the Vineyard. And yeah,
It's Tuesday.
It's fucking Tuesday. Thank you so much for the raid. We are actually about to
yeah,
go
we're about to leave.
sleep.
We're
'Cause
fucking
just
leaving.
Finished an amazing Kickstarter. Nat, Friday, congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I'm also congratulating myself, but I'm congratulating you two especially.
We fucking did it,
It
fam.
happened. We did it. Hell yeah. And with that, I am going to say good night, everybody. And thank you so much. We will see you on the internet.
Wonderful.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a nice Tuesday.
I'm just